everyone. Hello and welcome to tonight's webinar. This is Dwayne Golden Sr. and Dwayne Golden Jr. here tonight with a special panel of guests. As you know, it's one thing for us to tell you what we're doing, but it's another to bring people on board we've never met before, never had an interaction with, and let them tell their story about their success. I can only tell you one thing, that the world of the internet and traffic solutions, sales and subscriptions has changed a great deal. It's changed so much that you need to hear about it. Monday night, just 4 nights ago, we did a webinar where we talked about this. We talked about what some of the coolest and latest software is doing. What tonight's no different. We're going to retrack. We're going to show you where we were on Monday night with a test site, and then we're also going to show you what that same site's doing today. But that's not it. Tonight we have a special guest with us. The guest we have tonight, he's a guy, he just kind of gave us our story before the webinar started. We don't know him. We know him now, but we don't know him. There's no history here, so you know there's no puppet show going on here. He's his own man, successful business, online, and you deserve to hear about it. So, that being said, I'd like to introduce Kerry Duke in just a moment as well. This gentleman is the guy I'm talking about. And then, of course, we may have another guest or two popping in telling their story about how their business can run without backlinks, having tons of traffic and making money on the internet without having special $10,000, $20,000 in advertising. You deserve to hear about it. So, that being said, Dwayne Jr., I mean, are you as excited as I am? This stuff is not just working, but now we get to let people tell their story.
Oh, man. And once you guys hear some of the stories that you guys are going to hear tonight, you guys are going to be just as excited as we are. And understand this. A lot of times when people talk about SEO and when they talk about here's what I can do for you, most times when you go ahead and call them out on the carpet and say, hey, what have you done already? Let me see something that's out there ranking. How much money have you made already? They usually don't have much to say. This is something different. This isn't like the normal stuff you hear out there where it's a whole bunch of talk and a lot less production. This is the exact opposite. A lot of production and very little talk. A lot of people don't know about these guys and they don't know about this software. But tonight we're going to change that. And I'm really excited for you guys to be able to hear about this.
Yes. Well, that being said, you heard Dwayne tell you, we're skeptical and we're very selective with who we preview and who we review. Well, the software creator's here with us as well. We have one of the guys here, Don, and he's just, whoever knows him and has dealt with him over the last decade or so, they say this guy just makes the hottest software. He's not a bragger. He's not going to be out boasting about it. He just puts it out there, and people create their fortunes. And what tonight's all about is how they've been around for these last 3+ years doing this stuff, and we didn't know about it. Now we do. So here's what we're going to do. Tonight, Dolly, I want to start here with you and Don a little bit to get an understanding, and we're going to come to Kerry, because Kerry, we've got to know, you built a home business from home, and you're using this lead software as one of your primary sources for really getting the money in. We're going to talk to you, the consultant. But I want to pick up where we left off first, Dwayne Jr., if that's all right.
Yeah.
On Monday night, Dolly, we spoke with you about a test website we were using to, first of all, generate some lead traffic and put out there. And I want to know if it's okay now, if you can share with us, Dolly, just about where were we Monday, and then where are we now?
Okay, so it took us about, it took us about half an hour to get the site from start to finish, and it was just a test site. I just wanted to see how it worked, and they walked me through it. They have really excellent tutorials and things like that. So we got it set up, and then so Monday was the first business day, and we had been looking at. Actually, can I share my screen? Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, let me go do that real quick so I can show you guys what I'm looking at.
And Don, if you don't mind, when she's showing us, I might have a question or two for you, because you were there. She just started this on Saturday, but literally a lot of the stuff, the first business day was Monday, when she's going to tell us how that went. Okay, Don? Go ahead, Don. We're looking at the screen.
So this is the back office of WordPress for this test site that we built, and it's first I'm going to show you guys how many pages was actually generated for this site, and it is 29,780. And just literally, you just press the button and it launches the whole thing. So anyways,
Before you go any further, I gotta cut in on that. So everybody here doesn't know what that may mean. What you're saying is you took one page was generated.
We took one piece of content and a list of keywords, and the software created 29,000 pages, and each of those pages is a landing page for a long tail keyword. So pretty mind-blowing, pretty awesome.
It sounds awesome. Keep going. I'm not
okay. So it launches all those pages out into the internet, and then we've been watching them get indexed by Google, right? So that's where our traffic is going to come from. Let me move here to where I can show you guys what we've been doing.
And this is the 4th day, right?
This is the 4th day. On the first day, I had like 4 pages, and I was like, oh, indexed by Google. And then I got the next day, I think it was like 200, and I was like, gosh, that's still just a fraction of the site. Yesterday we had 2,000, and I was like, well, that's pretty good. 2,000 landing pages out there, that's pretty good. Okay. And then today I woke up and we have 20,000. So, and we're not done yet. So if you guys can see here, you see at the top we have visitors. So this is human visitors already coming to our site. So we had 9 yesterday. We've had 10 so far today, and it's only 6 o'clock my time. So this right here, this traffic right here, we had a big spike yesterday. It was from the spiders. Yesterday we had 148,000 spider visits, which means Google is indexing all of the search engines, because it's not just Google. All of the different search engines are indexing us and getting our landing pages out there so that they can serve them up to people that are looking for our search terms, which is amazing.
And so these 4 days, while it's working, even though you're not done, it's not supposed to be done for 15 days or so. Already 109 visitors, right?
Yes.
Don, my goodness, Don, this is crazy, man. I hate SEO.
No, it's not.
No, it's 61.
Okay,
that's the target. It's going to be about 61. Yeah, we've had 61 since we launched. 61 human visitors.
61 human visitors.
Yes, it gives us a target, but I think we're going to blow that target out of the water at this rate. So
that to me is sick. While you're working on it, it's not done setting up 29,000 pages index and 61. And what this means money-wise, we're going to find out the connection between what's happening here and money when we talk to Carrie. But Don, man, tell me, in layman's terms, connect this for me. On non-techie, what does this mean for me? I got a page. I want to get people to it. What's happening in these 4 days that I should be excited about at the end of 20 days?
Well, the fact of the matter is, right now, like Dolly just showed you, that you've got a system right now that you have access to, which is our system, and it builds these sites, and you have she has 29,000 pages built. Now, these are WordPress sites. Actually, that site, when it's done indexing, will probably have over 100,000 indexed pages, because of the simple way that WordPress works. There's various tags and category pages, etc., that will show up as index pages. So you have tons of ability to grab organic traffic because of the way that it ranks extremely well, because of the testing that Brian and myself have done for years. And prior to that, like you mentioned, some of the other products that I had done, a lot of that stuff led up to this. And when Brian and I formed a team to build this thing, there is a lot of years of testing behind this thing. So these sites rank extremely well. They grab organic traffic, like Carrie will probably attest to here shortly. And the fact of the matter is, it's so easy to build them with this system. I mean, you need absolutely no technical knowledge whatsoever to get these sites up and running, and anybody can do it. And this is, I think, a first for anybody to be able to do it with no knowledge of hosting, no knowledge of setting up DNS records and all this other crazy stuff that we do, because we build these huge sites, and they need you have to have a little bit of technical knowledge to do this kind of stuff typically, but because of the system, we took that out of the equation. So,
well, we appreciate it for sure. From a sales side of it, Dwayne Jr., like I do, as good as this stuff is, there's got to be a connection to the money, right?
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. A lot of you guys are hearing a whole bunch of technical terms. Some of you guys may not be familiar with any of these terms and what that means. All you need to understand is this thing puts up a site with 30,000 pages. And out of these 30,000 pages that it creates, you can hope to get 100 to 200 of them ranked. And from those 100 to 200 pages, you're getting organic traffic without paying for advertisements. A lot of people are teaching nowadays the only way to get traffic is if you pay Facebook a few $1,000s per week, or pay Google PPC a few $1,000s per week if you want to start getting real traffic. I'm here to tell you guys today, I'm going to show you some example. We're even going to talk to Carrie about how he's been able to generate leads and income without necessarily having to pay for ads, just using this software product. So if you don't understand all these SEO terms, you don't understand what WordPress site is, literally it doesn't even matter because the product does it all for you. So don't let that get you stuck and not let you move forward and listen to what we have to say tonight, because this is going to impact your business. So open up. Don't let the technical terms bog you down or freak you out. Understand that this stuff just flat out works.
Greatest point you're making right there, Junior. What you guys need to do is, just like Junior said, don't even think about, if I say anything technical that sounds like it's even remotely something you don't understand, don't worry about it, because you don't have to understand it because of the way the system works.
Well, seeing that that's the case, I'm the guy. I don't understand a long tail or a short tail, right? So we're in good shape. Dolly, let's just say, do we have control over the page? If you're saying it indexed 29,000 pages, what do people see when they click? That's important for people to know that they have control, whether they're into nutrition, into muscle fitness, whether they're into whatever. What's the connection here before we go over and find out what the heck Carrie's doing?
This is my favorite part. So this is the most exciting thing since sliced bread. So I'm going to share my screen one more time if that's okay.
All right,
and we go. Okay, so if I come over here, every WordPress site is generated. You don't have to install WordPress. You don't have to do anything like that. It comes with all of this stuff already included, which is fantastic. That saves a lot of time for anybody that builds WordPress sites knows. So I'm going to come over here to the overlayer plugin, and this is just mind-boggling to me. Okay, so when you go to any of the pages, right? So this is the results that we have right now in Google, right? We have 20,400 pages from this site, our test site, that are displaying in Google. All of these pages are showing the same thing. So if I click on this, it's going to show you guys what our pages are showing, what all 20,000 pages are showing what to the user, right? So we have this nice landing page here, and it looks great, right? So this is a high converting landing page. Now the way that that's being displayed is with this overlayer plugin. So actually the easiest way to explain this is to actually turn this off. So I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to save it. Right? And then I'm going to come over here, and this is like magic. I'm going to come over here and turn off where's my caching plugin here?
Yeah, it's under settings.
Oh, it is under settings. Where is it?
So while she's doing that, she showed you guys what the page looks like when people visit it. Now what you're going to see is how they've been around for years doing this, and you're going to be able to see what Google sees when it finds the page. It's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. What Google sees is what gives you the ranking and causes the indexing. What people see is what causes the conversion and gets the money in your bank account. Whether it's CPA, affiliate marketing, no matter what you're doing, you have full control here with the page and the conversions on your side. Dolly, you ready for me?
Okay, so you guys know that it's kind of a problem because users really respond to lots of beautiful images and sparse text that just says copy as opposed to content, but Google really likes beefy content, right? That's what's going to get you ranked. So if I refresh this page, you guys are going to see what Google sees when it sees these pages, right? So this is an article related to email marketing software, and the seed content for this, the content that we used to make all of these pages was actually the same article, and you're able to use short codes and things like that. It's really easy. They explain it in the back to use that same content to make all of the pages. So this is what Google sees as opposed to the beautiful sales page that we just saw.
So this when Google, this is what Google thinks is actually there, but this is what Google sees, but what's actually
that is actually what's there, Junior.
I was going to say that is exactly what Google sees.
Yes.
That's what Google sees, but what your visitor is going to see is something completely different. They'll see what you want them to see.
And what's remarkable about this for each of you that are here, how many of you recognize that if you could even have 29 new potential pages out there representing your site when someone's searching, how many of you recognize that that's huge within itself? Type in the number 1. Because what I want you to understand is we just showed you, I think Dolly showed over 20,000 pages so far, and it will be well over 150,000 when this thing is done. It means that you have a 24/7 salesperson for you. That's why they call it the ATM, because literally it's like having a teller machine. We're going to find that out in a few minutes. I'm going to introduce you to Kerry Duke, who actually has his own home business, and he uses this software, and he's, I believe, as a consultant, He's able to do this for his clients and create a 5-figure income that literally most of you, if you work for someone else, you work harder than he does to do what he's doing to create what he's creating in his monthly income. Let's find out what that's about, because these guys can see it. And if you don't, without any further ado, Carrie, you know, it's nice to meet you personally. I've read about you. I've seen your I think I've seen a video testimony from you. I've actually seen in Facebook comments that you make. My goodness, Carrie, tell me, as a home, you have a family, like a wife and kids and stuff too?
Well, Dwayne, I have a longtime partner that we do very well.
Mm-hmm.
She and I just moved to Charleston. We have a nice lifestyle. We go sailing. You know, we go to the beach, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I don't know who your audience is exactly, but just to let you know who I am, I'm a guy that woke up one day in his late 40s and decided he was completely unemployable. I did not want to have a boss. I did not want to have a time clock. I did not want to have an alarm clock. And I decided to recraft my entire life based on those desires.
Okay.
All right, so I didn't have a great big technical background. I didn't have a lot of the things that some folks have that get into marketing online. So I started from ground zero with nothing and just decided this is what I want to do.
Wow.
So that's me. Okay,
Right.
that's what that's where I started from, with nothing and no knowledge. And frankly, I ran into a couple of different things. One of them was the fact that lead generation was better than SEO. And the difference is SEO is the craft of trying to rank a page through a whole bunch of mysterious types of techniques, right? And lead generation is just getting enough out there to make a phone ring. And it was a whole lot easier to make a phone ring using long tail search terms. I don't know what the difference is. For me, search terms no longer hold a mystery because I don't worry about them. I use 1,000 search terms at a time. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, let me tell you this about the people here. They have their search terms, short tails, long tails. They just want to meet a guy who uses software and able to really change his income and change the success of his business with it. So this is good stuff, Carrie. So tell us this. What's the connection between this guy you're introducing us to and your current business and this software?
Okay. Well, look, I didn't meet Don personally until early 2014, I think it was.
Yeah,
but I knew Don since 2011. He and another guy built a software or plugin for WordPress called Local Pages Ninja. And Local Pages Ninja, in and of itself, launched my entire career. I used it to create massive sites for metro area-wide lead generation projects. And when I say massive sites, to me at that time, massive meant 10,000 pages, and I would do that for 38 cities in an entire metroplex area. I would dominate the front page for a whole bunch of search terms. I heard one of your guys say that if you get 29 pages, that's pretty good. It's like, well, wait a second. If you get 6 or 7 items on page 1 for hundreds and hundreds of search terms, think of what happens then. And that's what happened. And
isn't that where the money comes from, where people are willing to pay you? Because that's pretty hard to do without having such software?
Yeah, you couldn't physically build that many pages manually. You had to have some software to make it happen. And because I was able to do this, I actually had people contacting me through these websites wanting to know if I could do the same thing for them in their business. And understand, Dwayne, I'm not getting a monthly check from these guys based on what I do. I get a monthly check from these guys based on how many times the phone rings.
Okay.
Okay, so every time the phone rings and that call lasts 60 seconds, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Okay? And so I was able to figure out how to make that happen, how to use this type of software to get lots of page one domination for hundreds and hundreds of search terms. So I was no longer battling the experts at SEO, the guys who've been doing this day in and day out, who were going after those high volume search terms and battling for those 10 spots on page one. I said, I don't want any part of that. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go get hundreds of search terms.
You guys are hearing from Kerry Duke right now, a gentleman who has his own home business using this software to create a lot of money every month. And what's crazy about it is he's been able to use his own system to create this for his clients. What's great about it is it's something that any of us can do. We just seen Dolly's been doing it for 4 days now, over 20,000 index pages on Google just from one site. And this stuff is something anyone can do, whether you're a techie or not. You could be like me, who really like the sales part, but don't want anything to do with the other junk. So this is Kerry Duke. Dwayne Jr., tell me, what do you think?
I just have one short question before we move on to the next piece. I got to ask you, Kerry, because people are dying to know. I can just tell. I'm looking in the chat. So, Kerry, you've been using this software. Have you been able to generate a full-time income using this software, would you say?
Well, I don't know. Do you consider 6 figures a year a full-time income?
You're being funny. Yes, absolutely. Most people have never even dreamed of making that much money online. So I just want to put that out there because a lot of these guys, that's what they need to understand. Hey, if I use this software, I can rank for certain keywords. But what does that mean for my bank account?
Well, let me tell you what it means. When Don and Brian came out with the ATM, I was in negotiations with a very big law firm in Atlanta, and one of the things I came to them with was the fact that I could do something that nobody else could do. I could dominate an entire state for all kinds of search terms, get them ranked, and get them leads from all over the state. They'd never heard of anybody that could do that. And because of that, they stroked me an $18,000 startup check.
Whoa.
And actually, Kerry showed that right in the Facebook group, and it's definitely legitimate, and he's killing it out there with that.
Wow. You know what? Just because we already...
Before you say anything, here's what I want everybody to know. The difference that $1,000 additional dollars will make in any family life, it's huge, right? No doubt about it. But John, $18,000 because you have something that can deliver to your clients, your customers, or yourself over and over. What the heck? Junior, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, man. It's hard. It's hard to just contemplate with the kind of numbers that we're talking about here. But when you can dominate Google, people pay you for that service. And this software flat out dominates Google in many different areas. So before we move on, Senior, I hope you don't mind if I share my screen.
Please.
I think it's important that people see that it's not all talk. That this stuff works. We tested it out ourselves. So we looked at the software, and we thought, maybe it will work if we try it on one of our pages. So I'm going to share my screen.
I like that word, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be skeptical about this kind of thing. We don't just promote anything. So we're like, maybe it'll work for us. Let's see if this thing's real or not. And here's what we found out. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to come in here, right? Boom, boom, boom. Google makes me mad.
Google makes everybody mad. Why do you think we're doing this?
Yeah.
I love Google. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So I'm here.
Well, we like Google when we control Google, even though they don't know we control them.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know if you guys just saw. I typed in email marketing Lorain, New York. So we put up a site, right? I think Dollar already showed it to you.
4 days ago.
To make sales for an email marketing software promoting. We're just playing with it. We're not that serious with it. We just wanted to see what would happen, how long it would take, if this thing would actually rank. So we tested it, and literally, it says 6 days right now, but when it was only literally 3 days, and we were already ranking. And I think it was like literally 1 business day we were already ranking. If you look here, when we click on this, you're going to notice this is our site. If my internet wasn't so bad, you guys can look here. It's a beautiful site. You can obviously put here any page, any site you want to. And guys, you guys remember what Google sees. That's why they're ranking it. They think it's just some article. Little do they know, you're over here clocking. You're making money, collecting leads, whatever it is that you want to do. So I wanted to show you guys, hey, we tested this We put up something using the software, and in just a couple days, look where we are. We're ranking on Google. And this is just for one term. I mean, understand that this thing flat out works. And since we're here, I want to show you something else. Carrie, what an amazing story you have. Talking about what you're able to do as a consultant. But I think it's important people know it's not just you, because maybe they think you're special because you're such a smart guy, and I'm sure you are a smart guy.
Nope, I'm just a regular guy.
But this, like, I'm saying that just to prove that this has happened for some other people. So people who use this software, Lead Gadget, you automatically become a member of a unique Facebook mastermind group. And people help each other out in here. They'll post testimonials. And I wanted to show this one specifically to you guys. I don't know if I'm going to blow this up. Let me know if you guys can see this, okay?
We can
You
see,
guys see
it,
my screen?
yeah, we see it perfectly.
So you'll notice a guy named here, Darren Blair. He says, with Lead Gadget, we've been able to go from $8,000 to $25,000 a month in just 4 months.
That was then.
And that was then. This is back in February. He's well over
That's
that now.
where he is now.
Yeah, Darren's way beyond that now.
Yeah, he's way beyond that.
Darren
I just want
is
to
killing it.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, the funny thing is, when you're talking here, like Carrie just said, Darren's killing it. When you look at the community of the people that we have using this software right now, there's nobody in there that practically won't tell you what they're doing. You know how you usually ask somebody what you're doing, and they're like, oh, I can't show you this or I can't tell you that? Hell, everybody in there, it shares everything with each other because it's just that kind of people.
Right. Usually they leave out the most critical aspect that is the key to making money. But in this case, and I will give all props to Brian Prinz. He's a fantastic guy. He will do whatever it takes to make you successful.
Yeah.
Whatever your stumbling block is, he will come in, he will figure out what you're doing wrong, and now he'll be very frank with you, so don't think that he won't be frank.
Brian's originally from Brooklyn, so don't expect it to not be blunt. But he really is so passionate about it that he'll jump on TeamViewer and everything else with you, and he'll go crazy to help you.
And
He will drop an F-bomb on you, and he then will tell you how to do what you need to do.
I want to jump back into the group because I think it's important that they understand the group dynamic. Don and Carrie, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what this group is for, to help each other out, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
This entire group is for people who have the software to help each other out. So that's one example of somebody doing well with this software, and that's probably a huge understatement. Let me show you another one. A guy named Keith Baxter. Let me see if I can blow this up too.
Good old Keith.
He says, Lead Gadget generated 5,642 unique visitors in the last 4 days. I can guarantee you, about 99.9% of the people on this webinar, if we added all of their traffic up and put it together, it's not 5,000 unique visitors. This guy did that in 4 days. And I'm sure this guy would also tell you it's not because he's some amazing guy. I'm sure he's very intelligent. But understand, he's using a software. He's got an edge. This software gives you an edge on Google that it would take you months and months of work to do manually otherwise. This software, Don is, he took his time with this thing. You can just, as soon as you log in, literally he thought about everything. And that's why it makes it so effective. This thing drives traffic. It gets leads. Kerry already told you the things he's been able to do with it, dominate an entire state. And this thing just flat out works. So if you're not into technical stuff, you're not into SEO, understand that this software does everything. There's a ton of videos in there, right, Don, that tell you step by step what to do.
Yeah, there's even we've taken some of the videos that we have, we have in the video library and on YouTube and etc., and we've actually pushed them with a couple other videos as well into like a real quick start that you can click on the button and exactly see the most important things that you need to see right before you begin. And the thing is, I want to say, like, right now you're looking at, when you think of the Lead Gadget ATM, the Lead Gadget ATM is not a finished software. We're constantly working on it. We're constantly making it evolve. We'll get all kinds of feedback. Like Brian gives me all kinds of feedback. The users give me all kinds of feedback. And we're always trying to do stuff with it to make it even better because business evolves. Things happen. search engines wise, etc. That always evolves. So we're constantly working on it. So it's a never-ending thing. We're always going to be working on it because it's the main core of our own business.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to use this thing. So.
Oh yeah, guys, understand this. You know how you know this product is real? These guys use it themselves to make money. It's not like they're just producing it to sell it. They use it to make money for themselves. That's how you know it's real. One last thing before I pass it back to you, Senior. So we've talked about that, but I want to point back shortly. I'm sorry, Carrie, I hope this isn't an invasion of your privacy, but you mentioned that someone cut you an $18,000 check to dominate search engines. And I think it's important that people understand that's how much people pay SEO consultants. Typically, if you want somebody to come in and dominate a search engine or dominate some keywords, you're going to pay at least $3,000, $5,000. This product doesn't cost $3,000 a month. Doesn't cost $5,000 a month or anything like that, or the $18,000 a month that someone paid Carrie. Understand that these guys wanted to make it feasible for like regular people, everyday people, so you don't have to pay those $1,000 a month. Because let's be real, most small businesses can't afford it. You'd have to already be very successful at that point. So understand, this isn't going to cost you $5,000 or $3,000. Keep that in mind. I don't want to scare you guys away by talking about those numbers, but I think it's important that it's not going to cost $3,000 a month. Senior, I know you want to interject and say something here.
Yeah, I do. First of all, that, you know, as internet marketers, just like Carrie and Don, we all have started from home, right? When no one started where we are. But the cool thing about it is, it's always great if you're going to use software that you use software that's going to be supported. And these guys support it. I like using software if I can actually get help with it. And if there's a change in the industry, they make the change with these guys. That's what they do. That part's great. The other part is, like Dwayne Jr. said, we get pitched every single week with someone trying to sell us SEO who doesn't have it themselves.
Yes.
And we reject them. This is the first, I swear to you, it is the first yes that we said in, 10 years. It's our first time we ever agreed to it. Because we always said, if we can make money without you, you have the software and you can't even do 10% of what we're doing, what are you selling us? But these guys, we started talking to them about 2 months ago about this stuff, and they said, we'll prove it to you. We'll show you. They showed us that it works. We run some test stuff, and we're blown away, and now we're meeting other people that are seeing that success. You know what's crazy? The last quote I was pitched was $7,500 down and $5,000 a month to do SEO. That was the last pitch I had. You know what's crazy? I fell in love with this product because of Brian and Don and what it does. But truth be, I'm a businessman. The fact that it costs less than $250 a month, that's it. I'm sold. Results.
You guys are you're missing the entire point here. Let me interject something. We're talking about client work. That's what I do. But that Facebook group, that Skype mastermind. Do you know how many people are making thousands of dollars a month and they never even mention the word SEO? They never even mention the word client. They don't have any of that stuff. Okay? They're using this product, this ATM, to build sites. And forget about building sites. They're putting things out there on the internet because people are looking to solve a problem, and then they get bounced to an Amazon page. And they get an affiliate commission from Amazon. And if it's not Amazon, it's another place like that. And if it's not that, it's Ring Partner, where they're getting phone calls. So nobody has to understand how to get a client. Nobody has to be a master SEO, consultant. I mean, I consider myself an expert at this, but you don't have to be that. The ATM makes it so that a person who learns how to do the ATM, understands the process, can then push a few buttons, get some content loaded up there, build a bunch of pages, and start getting income immediately.
Yeah, right now,
that's what we do. We're not SEO people at all.
Right now,
affiliate marketing, CPA, and you're right. So sorry, go ahead, Don.
I was just going to say, just off the top of my head, just to name it, I mean, I was actually going to say this, and Carrie jumped in there for me, so I didn't have to, but the people were doing it with, they're making the money with AdSense. They're making the money with CPA, which is almost like any other affiliate program. They're doing it from ClickBank. They're doing it from private affiliate programs. They're grabbing pay-per-call numbers. We actually have something in there right now that's for everybody that made it easy. Brian did talk to Ring Partner. All you have to do now is build a site. We have the landers in there for you already. Put a telephone number on it. Somebody calls that number. Heck, you make $12, $30. You never know what you make a ton of money, and all they have to do is stay on the phone for a minute.
And that's where I was going with this. So for less than $250, I was able to get started with this stuff. And to top it all off, while I'm just getting my feet wet, they add a new feature. The new feature is, you know what? Never did CPA before? No problem. We now have they partnered up with Ring Partners. Now inside of the ATM Lead Gadget, you can actually have all these options to start getting paid when someone makes a phone call and land on your page. They included so much in here, and they give you a host of options in there. And the bottom line is, you don't have to wait. By the way, how many of you out there do CPA or affiliate marketing? Type in the number 2. Number 2. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're not trying to keep you here all night. We know it's Thursday night football for some of you, and others of you it's dinner night for the family.
25 minutes.
Hey, I forgot about that.
I didn't. My lineups are set.
Yeah. So as you guys are typing that in, know this: it is the sweetest find for us in 2015. Dwayne and I, you know, we bought a lot of stuff this year. We actually share it with people as we do product reviews, but this is the sweetest find because now we have things out there 24/7 representing us, the other things that we didn't do before that are now cashing and clocking in. And we have Dolly, I don't know how many pages things you have in lineup, but we got probably a dozen sites in lineup ready to start putting out as next week. These guys do CPA and affiliate marketing. Go ahead, look at the screen since you already typed in number 2. Go out and take advantage of it. Get the Lead Gadget. Don't make a mistake and miss it.
Let's not forget about the servers these guys have in connection with. I mean, you know, these guys are going to hook you up, you know, with people who can offer you a server that can host 400 sites with 30,000 pages each. It's pretty ridiculous, only for $125 a month. Pretty crazy.
If you don't have it,
you'll never find that deal anywhere for a managed server.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, and the funny thing is, like, and I think Carrie will attest to this. Anybody you want, you know, if you talk to people in Facebook or anything else, anybody out there that talks to anybody that's in Facebook, etc., I think everybody will attest to the fact that there's no way that you cannot make money. I don't care about the legalities of everything with disclaimers on earnings and all that other stuff that everybody has to put on their pages, because I can frankly say without a doubt, if you use this software and you can't make way more money than you're actually paying per month, you aren't using it. It's it's impossible not to.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing, and you'll see that yourself when you get in there. As once you actually get started with it, congratulations to some of you guys that already started getting it during the webinar. You get pulled into the mastermind. You're actually invited into the Skype group where you will see a host of people that do what you do. That some of them are already where you're trying to go. Some are starting like you, and they're just putting it out there. It's a wonderful place to be. The bottom line is, we've seen this sweet thing, and while they have the price where it's at, jump in for under $250 a month, because where it goes, I think a lot of you guys know, because you've been pitched it before. When someone wants to do SEO for you, now you can do it yourself for pennies on the dollar.
Dwayne, I think that nobody should get this product. I don't think anybody should buy it. I don't think Don should stop selling it. I told this to Brian personally. Do not sell this to anybody else.
You know,
Gary's always trying to do this to us. I tell you, you don't want anybody.
You know what? I was asked by a guy that just got started today. He goes, "Man, are you sure you should be telling people about this? If everybody gets it, they're going to mess us up."
That's actually funny. Do you know how many times over the past 2 years, like when we first started this software, it was secret. There was only 6 people in the whole thing for over a year.
Wow.
And you know, one of them is a CEO for a very prevalent company. But not just that, but then we opened it up to 50 different people. Like pretty much all those 50 people were still there, other than a couple people that did exactly what I said. If you don't use it at all, it won't work. But those people are still there and still making money, and you just can't. You can't. I don't know.
No,
it sounds funny because you don't want to sit there and hype something like that, but
no.
You step on each other's toes.
Don is a computer guy. Let's be clear about this. Brian's a talker. Don's a computer guy. In his own uneloquent way, what he's trying to say is there's no such thing as competition when you're using the ATM.
That's it. You guys heard no such thing as competition. We started in 4 days, over 20,000 index pages. When you're searching things, we found that in over Dwayne, I forgot, over 1.4 million pages of searches. We were on many of our own keywords were on the first page. We didn't even finish it out yet.
That's just your beginning. That's just your beginning test page. I mean, guys, when you get the campaign rolling, where you've got a bunch of sites out there, you guys are going to be killing it.
And I'm going to tell you guys something. Congratulations to you. I don't want you to be left out. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Don, Dolly, and Dwayne Jr. and our good friend and guest, Carrie. Amazing what you're doing, man. I'm going to be following you for a while. If you're going to be looking around and think I'm maybe with the CIA, I'm just following you, checking out what you're doing. Congratulations to you and success. You guys, thanks for being here tonight with us. Take advantage. Click on the link. Get started with the ATM. Don't wait. Don't let the grass grow under your feet. Get moving. This is Dwayne Golden coming to you from Medellin, Colombia with a hearty congratulations on the rest of your year with the ATM.
Yeah, send me some coffee.
Yeah.
Or something.